Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of your Brains Coach podcast. My name is Angela Shurina. I'm your host. I'm your Brains Coach, and it is my job here to bring to you all the best researched, well executed, applicable, interesting, fascinating, out there, but very effective brain body work tool. So you could get out there, take better control of your actions, of your thoughts, of your emotions, and you could shape your life and business experience as close to your dreams, to your goals, to your purpose as possible. Guys, it's all about strategy. Strategy is the word of the end of this year and beginning of next one. I believe the more of stuff we're gonna have in our world, more information, more technology, more opportunities, there are gonna be less and less people who gonna be able to navigate that strategically, getting to the success vision they have for their life, for their business. I was at an online store shopping for some supplements a couple of days ago, and I was looking for a multivitamin, and I typed in the search multivitamin, and there was so much choice that even for me, with a degree of a nutritionist, it was overwhelming because I was looking for very specific things and I would have to get into all the back labels with all the details. And I just gave up on this website. I'm like, this is not helping. There is no curation whatsoever. Yes, you can filter out by like price or brand, but unless you know exactly what you're looking for, it's just unnavigatable. And I don't know how other people do it when going to such websites. No wonder a lot of people end up with some bunch of crappy, not crappy, I actually shouldn't say though, just a bunch of supplements that actually don't end up to results that they want. Getting some supplements isn't necessarily better than getting no supplements if you're getting the wrong ones, and then you spend your money and you get frustrated that you don't get results that you're looking for. And so when I work with clients, I always send them exact links to the exact supplements so they know exactly what they're getting based on their goals. So I pre-filter that for them. And you'd be surprised by like how much ease my clients feel after they're like, I don't have to figure it all out. I know exactly what to do. And I know that this person has the experience to give me the exact strategies so I could just take the necessary steps and get the results that I want. This filtration, this curation of stuff in our life, that's going to be one of the most well-paid professions. So pay attention to that. The better you can curate your area of expertise, the better you can curate solutions for people and companies with problems, it's going to be your superpower. But then back to supplements and getting into the best shape of your life. A lot of people, when they look at me, they think, well, she must be living in a gym or, I don't know, doing some super precision, super nutrition and training protocol. When in reality, having been in the industry for a decade prior, I just know the exact things that matter the most, and I put them into consistent practice, and the rest just be the rest. You make few strokes, the ones that matter, you implement them consistently, and you get outsized returns on investment seemingly to the rest of the world, and you get the best results without having to put extraordinary amount of work. So back to training and supplements, it's not that I do something special, it's just very strategic for my specific goal, which is mostly around maintenance of well-rounded health and looking in a very specific way. And so I train efficiently, shortly. My nutrition is very simple, just a few key numbers that I track. And now I don't even track them. I know how they look on my plate, and I execute them consistently, and that's it. And I want to get to this same point in my business where I do less but get a lot more return on investment of my time and resources. And that is especially important, guys, if you are like I am at the stage of your business where each stroke or each shot matters. You don't have unlimited resources. Well, to that point, nobody has unlimited resources, but oftentimes companies and successful entrepreneurs, they do have more resources to take more shots, to figure out a lot more stuff, how to make it work, etc. But the less of resource you have, the more strategic, the more you need to exercise your thinking muscle in order to take fewer shots, but get more return on each shot taken. Another example, I did a few talks over the course of past week, and I did not do much of networking in a sense of just meeting a lot of people without pre-filtering. And so last event, after the event ended and a couple of days later, an organizer reached out to me and said to me, well, thank you for joining us at this festival. I looked for you after your session, but did not see you. There were some good connections to be made at the festival, which would have been interested in you and your coaching business. To which I replied, it's true. And I'm trying a different approach now, more direct. Instead of hoping for good connections, I spend most of my time on making the exact ones I need. You see, over the course of past few months, I got to talk to through email, social media conversations, and in person with quite a few people who made millions. And none of them told me I made my fortunes by talking to random people. If you talk to people who made their millions from scratch, what I'm learning at least is that they were super strategic at the beginning to make sure, again, that every shot that they took mattered, because they did not have a lot of resources on taking a lot of shots. I believe that's how many people at the beginning, myself including, I was shooting myself in the foot. I was doing a bunch of stuff like I had millions of money and hours of time to waste, where in reality, I had much fewer than, for example, somebody who already built fortunes or a big company has. And I had to be strategic and I have to be focused. And that's why strategy, being focused and being super specific on what I do, for whom I do, how I do it, that's a winning strategy. And that's exactly where I'm going to be focusing on. I made my mistakes. Also probably needed the time to experiment with different things and learn all of this and figure it out to succeed long term. And learning on my own mistakes still seems to be the most effective strategy. Well, at least I'm learning, right? But strategy, being strategic, guys, whether that's building the best body of your life, the best fitness of your life, or building the business of your dreams, the lifestyle of your dreams, especially with fewer resources, if you want to succeed, if you want to break through the noise, if you want to get results in a world of abundance, of so much choice and so much information and technology, in this world, you absolutely must be strategic, focused, thinking more, saying no more in order to break through the noise and to make anything worthy of talking about happen. And that's why probably best thinkers of the world, marketers and strategists, they are talking a lot this past few weeks about strategy and how we need to be so thoughtful about where we decide to invest our resources, our time, our money, our energy, if we want to get results, if you want to be exceptional, if you want to get exceptional outsized return on investment or on our time, we got to be strategic. You got to do the thinking. And the good part about that, once you do the thinking and you do apply strategy, you're going to take few strokes and you get, again, outsized return on your investments. Intelligent and lazy. The 80-20 principle for life and business. I also chatted with Richard Koch, got his 80-20 daily book, which helps me to return again and again and again to this idea that doing more without strategy isn't better. It's a waste. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of your resources. It's a waste of your lifetime. So intelligent and lazy, doing more, doing less, getting more, being strategic about spending your time, your money, your energy, your thinking, your decision making. And so when it comes to networking, no, you do not need to meet as many people as possible. You need to meet the right people. When it comes to fitness and nutrition, no, you do not need to get all of the supplements or do all of the accesses or as much as you possibly can squeeze into your limited time on this planet. You need to do the right thing. And that's where you're going to start feeling like, oh, I don't really do that much, but I'm getting exactly what I want to be getting. So that on strategy, on getting into the best shape of your life, and on getting the exact business and life experience that you want. And guys, a lot of folks who achieved quite a lot might tell you all this different advice. But if you're someone who wants something exceptional and extraordinary and something outside of what normal people get, then you actually got to be very, very careful about whose advice you take and like what their experience was and where they come from with this advice. And you'd be surprised how many people would give you the wrong advice because they don't know your contacts or they've never done the thing that you're trying to do. And that's about it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Please, please, please do share this podcast episode with at least one other person who might be running in circles and working really, really hard, but just not getting what they deserve, what they want to be getting. Share this podcast episode with that person. And thank you for your attention. Thank you for listening and have a strategic kind of Monday. Talk to you very soon. Stay tuned. Stay strategic.